What is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. And it's another pay-per-view prediction video for you guys. Me and Canadian Yorker right here. What is going on?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. And we are finally at the Royal Rumble 2024, where 30 men and 30 women will go at it and decide a winner. The winner will go on and main event WrestleMania to challenge for a championship of their choosing. So I can't wait. I love the Royal Rumble. And on top of that, we have two championship matches. A lot of championships aren't being defended at this pay per view. I mean, if you look at Seth Rollins, he just hurt his ML. He just had a MCL tear or whatever, so he's gonna take a couple of days break. Rhea Ripley's not gonna defend her title unless something happens, obviously. And for once, Roman Reigns is gonna defend his title. But let's get to it. This is Royal Rumble 2024 predictions. Not a lot of matches, but I want to get the matches done first until we talk about the Royal Rumble predictions. Um, but anyways, like always, I'm just gonna give the floor to Canadian Yorker this time. So after I announce the matches, I'm just gonna have a Canadian Yorker take over, and then I'm just gonna make my prediction. So this time, Canadian Yorker is gonna have the floor first, and then me. So let's get to it. So the first match, we'll just get this match out of the way, and I know that we're gonna get this match out of Canadian Yorker's hatred system. We got Logan Paul defending the United States title against Kevin Owens. So yeah, buddy, you heard me right. We're starting with that match. We're going hard first. So what are your predictions for this match? And I already know what you're gonna say.
I'm saying, you know what? Owens. Kevin Owens is going to KO Logan Paul and win the world and then win the United States Championship off of Logan Paul, right? And I can see this happen. I know that Kevin Owens is injured. His hand is still recovering. He can't really wear his cast, so he's going to be at a disadvantage. And Logan Paul is fresh, young, ready, and he's dangerous. So Kevin Owens is bigger than Logan Paul. He's stronger than Logan Paul. However, Logan Paul is, uh, he's this is like his first or second title defense. So he's still learning the ropes of being a champion. So this is going to be an interesting matchup to see.
All right, so let me just say this once though. Respect to Kevin Owens, but many people don't like Logan Paul, and Logan Paul, obviously, I get it. But man, this guy literally just won the United States Championship. There's no way that he's going to drop it this early. And people can disagree with me, people can hate me for it, but Logan Paul, he has come a long way. I just feel like it's too early for Logan Paul to drop the title. Logan Paul, I'm just saying this, he's going to hold on to the title until WrestleMania. And look, it seems like Kevin Owens has the advantage, but knowing that Logan Paul has allies in Grayson Waller, knowing that he has allies in Austin Theory, I wouldn't be surprised if those two are going to get involved. They're probably going to get involved. That's my prediction. I think Austin Theory and Grayson Waller will show up. Obviously, knowing the history that they have with Kevin Owens and the feud they have with Kevin Owens, they're definitely going to cost Kevin Owens, and I think that's going to be the way that Logan Paul is going to retain. So I am taking Logan Paul to retain the United States Championship against Kevin Owens thanks to an interference by Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So it is actually rumored that Logan Paul is going to have the championship with him to Australia at Elimination Chamber. We're going to say Logan Paul versus Grayson Waller at that event. So I'm going to take Logan Paul here, and Canadian Yorkers here is going to take Kevin Owens. So we'll see what happens. so,
Let's see.
um, so yeah, that will do it for the United States Championship match. Logan Paul and Kevin Owens. I got Logan Paul winning, and Canadian Yorker got Kevin Owens. Moving on to the next match, we got a huge Fatal 4-Way match. for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, we got Roman Reigns head of the table with Paul Heyman, and we got Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and we got LA Knight. This is gonna be huge, and people have been talking about this after these four men have had promos. Obviously, AJ Styles have beef with LA Knight. But what is your prediction? I'm giving the floor to you, Canadian Yorker. What is your pick for this?
This is a tough one for me to say, but you're probably not going to be surprised. But I would have to agree with you on this that Roman Reigns probably is going to walk out of that fatal 4-way match, the champion. And why do I know this? Why am I saying this? It's because I've been paying attention. Been paying attention to what he's doing. He's playing mind games with his opponents. He's playing mind games with LA Knight and AJ Styles. You know, those guys are going to be going after each other rather than the WWE champion. His mind games though are not working on Randy Orton, and so Randy Orton is going to be a dangerous opponent for him. I think that there's Roman is really smart. You know, he knows he can't beat all of them, but he has a lot of the bloodline is definitely going to interfere in this match. That we know that they're going to interfere, and he's going to be able to walk out because he has help, right? But somehow, some way, the bloodline is gonna pull through that bloodbath in some way, shape, or form. So that's what I'm thinking. I know Randy Orton. Randy Orton did his thing. Randy Orton RKO'd everyone last week. And that was quite a sight to see, with all the bodies all over the floor, everywhere around Randy. It looks like Randy's going to be the favorite to win the championship. I don't know. I just don't see anyone winning other than Roman, and that's just hard for me to say.
All right, your pick is locked. You're choosing Roman to retain.
I'm picking Roman to retain.
All right, so Canadian Yorker actually picks Roman, unlike last time. Wow, I'm surprised you didn't pick LA Knight like last time when the drugs you were on. Moving on to my predictions. So, people are going to say, oh, Randy Orton's going to win, but I just feel like Roman, he always, they're just going to have Roman hold on to the title until WrestleMania. I feel like WrestleMania is the time that he's going to drop the title. I feel like Roman, the fact that, it's been so long since he actually came face to face with AJ Styles. I know back in the day when Roman was a face, he had this awesome match with AJ Styles for the WWE Championship in the Extreme Rules match. But I just feel like, obviously, I agree. The Bloodline's definitely going to get involved in this match. And Roman is just going to cheat his way out like always. But, I'll be surprised if Roman actually gets a clean pin, like no interference, winning on his own. You gotta give this man respect and the props. Like, I know some people don't want to, but I mean, give this man props if he actually wins cleanly. But yeah, Roman Reigns is definitely holding on to the title until WrestleMania. That's a fact. Just like Paul Heyman said, it's just a spoiler. Yeah, I'm locking my pick in. I am taking Roman Reigns to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So yeah, we both got Roman in this one. So that will do it for the championship matches. And now we're going on to the women's and men's Royal Rumble. So I'm going to let you decide, Canadian Yorker. We got the men's and women's Royal Rumble. Which Royal Rumble would you like to start with? And which one do you want to leave at the end one? Finish with.
Why don't we start? Why don't we do the men's first?
Men's?
Yes.
All right, so I kind of was feeling that I wanted to do the women's before the men's. I feel like the women's always comes before the men's, but we can do the men's. So obviously, for the men's Royal Rumbles, a bunch of superstars has already announced their entrance to the Royal Rumble, and there's a few that we don't know. It's just going to be a surprise. I expect there's going to be some surprise entrances. So Cody Rhodes obviously announced his entrance to the Royal Rumble. CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Chad Gable, Otis, Tozawa, Kofi Kingston, and Damien Priest. So those are the guys that already announced their entrance to the Royal Rumble. And probably it's going to be a great Royal Rumble. That's probably why there's only like 2 championship matches, because the Royal Rumble is going to be that bit good. People are talking about finishing the story. They're basically taking a page out of Cody's book. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the story. Yeah, but probably the biggest return. I like to see Brock Lesnar return. I think Brock Lesnar is definitely going to return. People are going to say, "Oh, Lesnar and Gunther." I'm one of those fans, that want to see Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So maybe Brock Lesnar returns, and then maybe he starts a feud with Gunther. Maybe Gunther eliminates Brock, starting the feud. We have to see. But it's gonna be a great Royal Rumble. My prediction. Oh yeah, let me get you. You can go first. Like I said, you can go first. What are your thoughts on this Royal Rumble, and who is your predictions? Who's gonna win the Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble this year?
Man, to win the men's Royal Rumble, this is a tough one because there's so many big names. Chad Gable, there's Gunther, a few others out there.
There's gonna be more. There's gonna be more. We just don't know who's going to show up. I just feel like the big one's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, we have like what 29 other men, 30 men in the ring.
It's gonna be
Um,
30. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of different people who could win the Royal Rumble. Some unexpected. Say Chad Gable wins the Royal Rumble. That would be that would be that would be interesting because we've talked about this before about Chad Gable challenging Gunther and or Seth Rollins. Um, it will be interesting to see that happen. Shinsuke Nakamura winning it again, and challenging Seth again to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Um, so I don't know. It's a big open ended question. Um, I would say probably the strongest challenger would be maybe Gunther. I would say Gunther is probably the strongest challenger, but of course there are other people uh, on the list that man, it's just tough to say. So I'm gonna say I don't. I'm not really sure who would win.
All
I'm
right.
gonna
It's
say
just
I'm
a
not.
it's just a prediction. You gotta have a pick
Yeah.
lock, man.
Well, okay. So here's the possibility of winning it. The person who has a good probability of winning uh, would be mm, CM Punk, isn't it right?
Yeah.
So um, I might say CM Punk because he has the most experience out of all the other wrestlers. CM Punk has the most experience. Um, so he has what we're on 4 or 5 Royal Rumbles. So I could definitely see CM Punk winning.
All right. So pick is locked in. Canadian Worker has
Yeah,
CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. Wow. So my thoughts on this whole thing. So basically, Drew McIntyre obviously won in 2020. He wants to get a chance, but I don't think Drew McIntyre is gonna win. His contract ends at after WrestleMania. So like if he wins and then goes to WrestleMania, then he just doesn't sign. There's no point of him being champion. So I don't think Drew's gonna win. Gunther, I talked about it early. It'd be nice for him to win and challenge Seth, but I just don't see that happening. I feel like they're gonna have Gunther just feud with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think it's probably gonna be for the Intercontinental Championship, but the only issue is I don't think Brock Lesnar would go after the Intercontinental title. That's my only issue, unless Gunther drops the title before WrestleMania and just starts a feud without any title with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So that's my pick, but I mean, I don't think Gunther is going to win. Um, we all know Damien Priest is not going to win. I highly doubt Kingston, Kofi, Tozawa, and Otis are going to win. Oh my God, you can just like take that out. But this is the man that I've been looking at. This is the man that I think is the heavy favorite to win. Look, talking about Cody Rhodes. Yes, he's there. He wants to finish the story. It was said that he was supposed to beat Roman in the last year of WrestleMania, but he came short. But I don't think it just takes so much skill to win the Royal Rumble 2 years in a row, and I don't think Cody has that. I mean, Cody's going to probably be the last three standing, but I just feel like Cody's not gonna win. I feel like Cody is going to face Roman, but I think there's just going to be some other storyline, him losing the Royal Rumble and then somehow still facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Maybe Elimination Chamber. There's an Elimination Chamber to decide who will face Roman at WrestleMania. I think Cody might be part of that, and then he ends up winning. That could be a possibility. But the man that I think is going to win the Royal Rumble is CM Punk. I feel like CM Punk just came back. He's due for a Royal Rumble win. So I'm gonna lock in my pick. I think CM Punk wins, and they said this. They said that they're setting up CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So I'm picking CM Punk to win, and I think CM Punk is gonna challenge Seth Rollins. So that's my pick. So we both picked CM Punk. Wow. Any more thoughts before we move on to the women's?
Yeah, it's such there are some really good wrestlers in the men's division, so it's really tough to say who's going to be the person that's going to win it all. You mentioned Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes could win it because he and CM Punk did have a go back and forth. So it's going to be really interesting with both these guys facing off against each other. Man, Cody could win it, definitely win it, and that would allow him to challenge Roman. So that's what I'm thinking.
But the thing is, like, if Cody wins, he's gonna go after Roman. But imagine having an option for Seth Rollins too.
If he could definitely
just like
go after
doesn't
Seth.
make any sense if he wins and then leave Seth hanging. But I mean, like I said, I don't think Cody's gonna win. I just feel like there's just gonna be some other storyline for him to even challenge Roman. I think they do that at Elimination Chamber. They have Elimination Chamber matches where the winner faces whoever champion that the Royal Rumble doesn't choose. So Cody might be part of that match and ends up winning the Elimination Chamber, becoming a number one contender to Roman. So they might do that. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We have to see how it goes uh, with Seth. We know. I don't know if you noticed this, but Roman actually took a look at the World Heavyweight Championship like he wanted it one time, right? And maybe what if Roman goes after Seth? That would be nuts if that happened. But we know that's
and
not going to
then
happen.
and then they just do a champion match like winner take all. Oh my God! Please no, God no.
Yeah, we don't need any more of that. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
they need to off topic. Triple H needs to split the undisputed tag team titles. They need to bring the titles back where Raw belongs, and then they need to bring the titles back to SmackDown. There's just so much talent on both sides. Like on SmackDown and Raw, they need to split the titles. Um, but moving on to the women's Royal Rumble match, I feel like this is gonna be huge. Obviously, Bayley announcing her entrance to the Royal Rumble. Nia Jax, obviously the heavy favorite. People say Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Maxine Debris, and Ivy Nile. So far, that's the only people that announced their entrance to the Royal Rumble. So this is gonna be huge. It's interesting to see. Winner will face IYO Sky or Rhea Ripley. At this point, I don't even know if you can actually. I mean, back in the day, you can actually challenge the NXT champion as well. That's what Charlotte Flair did a couple years ago when she won the Royal Rumble. She actually challenged the women's NXT champion, which surprisingly was actually Rhea Ripley. And Charlotte Flair actually beat Rhea Ripley for the NXT champion. I don't know if that's an option, but obviously. I'm gonna move the floor. I'm gonna give you the floor. What are your thoughts on this women's Royal Rumble match, and what is your final pick? Who's going to win the whole thing?
Well, there's a lot of talent right there in the women's division. And we've been talking about it on nonstop every week about who's going to win the Royal Rumble. Bayley, there's Nia, there's, there's a lot of, there's Bianca. I think Bianca would be a really interesting candidate because Bianca never really faced Rhea Ripley for the for the championship. But if Bianca wins, Bianca can challenge IYO Sky and get her championship back, and that's a possibility for it happening. Of course, if that happens, that means that Bayley and Becky can't challenge Rhea for her championship. So I'd like to see how it goes. I'm I'm right. I'm really thinking about Bianca, who could win it all, because Bianca can surprise. She's really strong. Um, she's really strong. She knows how to wrestle, and she looks like she's in good form. She looks like she's really recovered from a knee injury that she got. Um, if Bayley wins, Bayley would be like, I'm not saying she would have the option to challenge Io, of course, and also she could also challenge Rhea Ripley. So, man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Bianca winning it. I like
That your is that
Bianca.
your final pick? Your pick is
That's my
locked in.
final
You're
pick.
picking Bianca Belair.
I'm sticking with that. I'm seeing Bianca is winning it.
Ooh, interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
Um, Interesting about Bianca is like she and Rhea had a promo saying that they will see each other really soon. I'll be surprised if she wins and she actually picks. Well, she said she's going to pick Io, but I mean, but we have to see what happens. For me, this been killing me. Like this has been killing me for like for a very long time. Obviously, I just want to first mention Becky Lynch. Obviously, I've been talking about it for so long. I've been waiting for a Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley feud for so long now. Obviously, you saw that Rhea Ripley always wanted to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley said to her that she'll be cheering for her and expect to see Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Um, but the thing is, like, Becky Lynch, she just she can say that she's going to win the Royal Rumble and face Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley wants her to win. But that happened with going back in the past. That happened with Shawn Michaels. He said that, oh, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble and challenge the Undertaker. But what Batista eliminates him. And that didn't happen. So that could be the same thing for Becky Lynch. She can say, oh, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm going to challenge Rhea Ripley. Same thing. Rhea Ripley was cheering on Becky Lynch to win. But back then, The Undertaker was actually cheering on Shawn Michaels to win. So it might not even matter. So I don't know. My gut feeling said Becky Lynch is going to win because I think Rhea Ripley was cheering her because of that, I don't know. But moving on to Nia Jax. Nia Jax, she's gonna be a tough one to get eliminated. Obviously, she's show how strong she is, how this Like I don't think she lost a single match yet. Like she beaten Becky, she lost that fatal 5-way against Rhea, which but but Nia Jax, man, I just feel like, I don't know. I think she's due for a feud with Rhea Ripley. I mean, Nia Jax could win. I mean, if you think about it. But if they want to eliminate, if Nia Jax loses, that they have to, all the other women have to find a strategy to eliminate Nia Jax. I mean, she's huge. Like, I mean, a couple of Royal Rumbles, a lot of them team up and eliminate Nia Jax. That's what you need to do. Team up and try to eliminate the Giants. They might do that. And moving on to Bayley. Bayley's a huge thing going into this Royal Rumble. She said that she's going to go after all the gold. She said she's going to win the Royal Rumble and face Rhea Ripley. And we all know the whole situation with Damage Control. Bayley, I'm just saying this. Bayley needs to turn face. Bayley is due for a face. I think Bayley's been a heel for 4+ years now, so I think it's for a change. So, and then Dakota Kai had a segment with her saying that you have to win the Royal Rumble on your own. And you all saw that Damage Control leaving Bayley by herself, not helping her in that one match, which is disappointing, against Bianca Belair. You can see signs that Damage Control is ready to kick Bayley out, and Bayley is definitely getting ready to turn face. But the thing is, like, if Bayley doesn't win the Royal Rumble, I can see like maybe Damage Control kicking Bayley out. Maybe Bayley doesn't win the Royal Rumble and then gets turned on. I'm not sure. But another thing is that she wins the Royal Rumble and then gets turned on. But it's hard to say. But I've been thinking about it, and it's close prediction. But this is what I feel is gonna happen. I feel like, look, Becky Lynch, she loses the Royal Rumble. My first pick was Becky Lynch, but I just feel like that's not the good pick. I feel like Becky Lynch will lose, but regardless, because she lost, she's still going to face Rhea Ripley. I just think that is a feud into a making at WrestleMania. So Becky Lynch is going to lose. She's going to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania regardless. But in terms of the Royal Rumble, I think the Royal Rumble winner is going to face Io. I think Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, that's going to be booked. I'll be shocked if they don't book that match at WrestleMania. So the winner of the Royal Rumble, in my prediction, is going to face Io. So this is what's going to happen. Bayley is going to win the Royal Rumble. That's my pick. I'm locking it right now. I am locking my pick. I am picking Bayley to win the Royal Rumble. I think that Bayley wins the Royal Rumble. And then I think Damage Control is going to turn on her afterwards. And then I think they're going to already book Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. I think Bayley's going to turn face after getting kicked out. And then act of revenge, I think Bayley's going to challenge Io at WrestleMania. So that's my prediction. I think Bayley wins. My pick is already locked. I think Bayley's going to win the Royal Rumble. Damage Control is going to at some point turn on her, and then I think Bayley is going to turn face, and then I think she's going to act of revenge. I think she's going to challenge. It's going to be Bayley versus Io at WrestleMania, or booking Rhea and Becky on the other side.
What if Bayley doesn't? What if Damage Control doesn't turn on Bayley? They're not going to turn on her just yet. They allow her to win, and she goes after Rhea, and she faces Rhea. Maybe they turn on her after she loses to Rhea, or she wins against.
It's got to be the Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch feud's got to happen. Like, that's just the amount of fans that want this to happen. They just can't like throw it out, flush it down the toilet. Like, that feud has to happen at WrestleMania. But Becky Lynch and Rhea has to happen at WrestleMania. That's my prediction. Becky Lynch loses, but somehow it's just going to happen anyways. Maybe Elimination Chamber qualifying number one contenders Elimination Chamber match. I don't know. But I think Bayley's gonna win. At some point, maybe Bayley. I just feel like that's the case. I think Bayley's gonna get turned on sometime after, and then Bayley challenges Io, turning face. People are gonna cheer Bayley, and I think at WrestleMania, I think Bayley's actually going to win because usually, I mean, we've seen heels beat faces many times. Look at Roman. Roman's a heel, and he won many times. But mostly it's the face that would like to win. You seen Bayley and Sasha Banks go at it a couple years ago when Sasha Banks was the face, Bayley was the heel. Would you know Sasha Banks won the title off of Bayley, a face beating a heel. That's just how it is. But we have to see what happens. But that's my prediction. I'm locking it in. I think Bayley's going to win the Royal Rumble. Damage Control is going to turn on her, turning Bayley into a face, and then as an act of revenge, I think Bayley's going to challenge Io. That's my prediction. I might be wrong.
Yep. So. That's interesting. That's interesting that you said that because you picked Bayley, I picked Bianca.
My original pick was Becky Lynch, but I just feel like I don't know. I mean, like I feel like Bayley is the right person to pick, but I just feel like Becky Lynch loses. I still think it's still gonna happen. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch loses regardless. But I mean, Becky Lynch said that in order for him to face Rhea, she has to win the Royal Rumble. But who knows?
Yeah. I here's my thing about what I think about with Bianca, right? If Bianca wins, that means and she beats Bayley. She beats Bayley and she wins. She gets the number one contender. Now, if that happens, that opens the door for Damage Control to really turn on Bayley at that moment, right? If Bianca wins, Bayley gets attacked. She gets kicked out. She gets kicked out. Bianca comes in to save Bayley, and Bayley helps Bianca to win, to face off against Damage Control and stuff. So that's another angle that we can look at, with that right there. Nia Jax facing off, and she's public enemy number one once she steps into that ring with those 30 other women. She can't fight all of them.
She's gonna. If Nia Jax is at number one, she's gonna pull up Brock Lesnar 2020. If you guys don't know, Brock Lesnar entered as WWE champion in the Royal Rumble, and he just eliminated like half of the people. That's what Nia Jax is probably gonna do.
Well, we'll have to see what Nia Jax does because Nia Jax is dangerous. But she's dangerous, but she's not invincible.
My heart says Becky Lynch is going to win, but I just feel like I have a strange feeling Bayley's going to win. So I feel like gut feelings Bayley. I just feel like my heart says Becky, but my gut feel I'm going for gut usually. So my gut's saying Bayley. But I mean, if Bayley loses, another option is like if Bayley loses, she's definitely getting turned on.
Oh, yeah,
because Dakota Kai literally said to her, "You got to win the Royal Rumble on your own."
To me, it feels like here's how it is like this. It's like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. If Bayley wins, she's gonna get turned on. If Bayley loses, Bayley's gonna get turned on. Either way, she's gonna get turned on. Either way, because I think this is Kairi saying that she said that she forgave Bayley for what she did to her when she kicked her out. But this is Kairi getting her revenge on Bayley by kicking Bayley out of the group. And yeah, this is how it is. That's just the nature of being a heel. And
come on, Triple H. When were we going to see Bayley turn face? She needs to turn face. Like I said, Bayley, I said this before. So many times I said this. Bayley has been a heel for 5 years now, I think. I think the last time she was a face was like, I don't even remember. I think it was like 2010 or something. I don't even know.
Oh, wow.
I don't even remember her. I think she was a face like 2017. I don't remember. But I know that she was a heel for 4 years now.
Well, maybe it's time is due for her to become and
But
to
people
become a
say
face.
that no, hell no, Bailey's better as a heel than a face. Like it's true. I mean,
I mean, if she's better as a heel, then she can stay a heel. So I think the Creed brothers is the Creed brothers the Creed
because
brothers
if Bailey wins the Royal Rumble and she challenged Rhea Ripley, I'm sorry, but you're not beating Rhea Ripley.
yeah, she's not beating her. So
I mean, what could happen is like Bailey could win the Royal Rumble and then she challenged Rhea Ripley, and then after losing to Rhea Ripley, that could be the time Damien Control turns on her.
that could be, yes.
But yeah,
It,
that would do it. My lock is so my winner for the men's is CM Punk, and then the winner for women's is Bayley, and then Canadian Yorker here says that his pick for the men's is also CM Punk, and then his woman winner is Bianca Belair. That's interesting. We'll see what happens. I just don't feel like Bianca Belair. I mean, I could see it happen, but I mean, like, I think Bayley is the favorite. I mean, obviously Nia Jax is a heavy favorite, but I'm still pick. That's my prediction. I still think Bayley's gonna win, but yeah.
Bianca, remember, Bianca got screwed out of a championship. How many times was it? Twice. She got screwed twice out of a championship. Bianca has some really, really fire. She has some fire in her loins. She has some fire in her in within herself. So go after IYO Sky and just destroy Diamond's Control. I mean, she really wants her championship back, and she's showing that. She's really showing that. She beat Bayley, the last time they met, and I believe she's gonna eliminate Bayley, and she's gonna, do her best to take out most of her competition, and I think she's gonna be the one challenging IYO Sky for her championship. And I would just have to see how it goes. I know it's a very interesting pick. I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued. I wonder. I'm just really curious. I really think that Bianca can really be the one that's gonna win the championship.
If Becky Lynch wins and I didn't choose her, I'll be fine with that. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. Let's go. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Becky Lynch won. I mean, and then I'll probably be like, what the hell just happened if Nia Jax won? If Nia Jax wins, that'll just be like a bunch of boos.
if Nia Jax wins, okay, sure, that's fine. And she goes after Rhea, and then she loses. Okay, that's fine. But then there's Elimination Chamber, so that means that the ladies still get a chance to become the number one contender to face Rhea again. So we could still get that same matchup.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I want to end this video because it's getting really long. But anyways, that would do it for our Royal Rumble 2024 prediction video. It's going to be crazy, and I just say this: there's a lot of championships that aren't being defended in this pay-per-view. So expect the next pay-per-view, the championship is going to get defended a lot at Elimination Chamber in Australia. But we have to see what happens. But anyways, my name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorkers. Thank you guys for tuning in for this Royal Rumble. Make sure to tune in for the Royal Rumble, which is happening this Saturday on Peacock if you want to stream it. I believe the Royal Rumble starts like at 7 p.m. I don't even know. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Any last seconds you want to mention?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
All right, so hopefully our predictions go well, and we'll be back next week for whenever I get back from vacation. Like I said, I going to be skipping the Friday Night SmackDown broadcast. Canadian Yorker is probably going to do it instead and put on his channel if he can. And then we'll probably be back Thursday night when I get back from vacation. Me and Canadian are going to do the Raw recap and then the Royal Rumble recap if we can. Hopefully. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we are out of here.
Take care.